setup. All right.
Oh, good.
Ready?
All right. What's up, everybody? I'm Moose.
I'm TA.
This is Vulgar Display of Sports, episode number 5.
Episode number 5.
All right.
We're
number 5.
We're trying something new tonight. Everybody asked if we do a little Facebook Live so we could get a little interaction as well. I'm going to try to keep comments going as well. Hopefully it works out.
Yeah, so, like we've always said before, we're not like the most technically advanced people, so you got to bear with us. It's just like a buffery zone for us. We're just going to get better every time, so just stick with us. One of these days will be perfect.
We're still little amateurs, but
yeah,
we're still enjoying it.
Yeah, it's
so.
fun. Hopefully you are too. So you want to get what you want to start with?
I think we should start with the biggest game of the week, the Puppy Bowl.
Puppy Bowl.
Do you think Brock Purdy could take out Patrick Mahomes?
Dude, I do. I do.
I seen that shit.
I think that's too funny, man. That's great though. That's good shit.
I mean, I say we start. We'll go over the NFL honors stuff, and then we'll work our way in and see what we do with that.
Climax. Let's go.
All right, so we'll start with the best one. We'll start with MVP right away. Obviously, we got Lamar, Josh, Purdy, CMC, and I literally write notes, and I wrote LOL every time this guy's name was brought up. So every time you hear Dak Prescott, just know I wrote LOL at it.
LOL.
He shouldn't even be on there.
It means laugh out loud.
Yeah, I mean, he should not be on there. It's kind of embarrassing, but
it is kind of embarrassing.
I mean,
it's embarrassing. I think for the MVP. So do you want to start off with the MVP?
Let's start with the MVP. Who are you giving this to between Lamar, Josh, Purdy, and CMC?
Okay. So, all right. I'm conflicted on this. I know who's going to win the award.
Yes, we know.
I don't want to say he wasn't one of the top 5 players in the league this year.
I agree.
Because he was.
I agree.
Do I think he is an MVP? Do I think that he deserves 2 MVPs at this point in his career? No, I do not. I do not.
Me neither. I mean, I agree with you.
I don't want to take nothing away from the kid. He's a phenomenal quarterback. He's a phenomenal athlete.
Okay.
He's more of like I would say, if I had to rank him out of all the quarterbacks in the league right now, he's really hard to break my top 5.
Okay, I can see that, but as an all-around player,
you can't deny the kid's athleticism. So, he's a game changer.
The reason I'm okay with him is, so here's some stats he had. He has 3678 as passing yards, 24 passing touchdowns, rushing 871 yards to his 5 touchdowns. So he did only have 29 total touchdowns too. Josh Allen threw 29 total touchdowns. The thing is, this dude had a 67% completion with a 102 QBR.
Sure.
And you got to remember who he's throwing to.
Yeah, no, I totally, I'm not trying to take nothing away from him. I like the stats, they don't lie. He is, he became a much better passer this year.
For sure.
And he's spreading the ball out, like you said, to guys that maybe wouldn't even be started anywhere else, I think OBJ's he's not. I want to say he's washed up, but he's not the guy he once was.
Yeah, he's just
he's a third. He's a good number 3.
Yeah, I mean
he's a good solid number 3.
Yeah, but I mean they got him as number 2 right now, and he's just.
He's not. I guess he is kind of a 3 if Andrews is.
I think I saw he only had like 34 catches.
Yeah,
this year.
that's not good. Even if for number
terrible.
3, that's rough.
That's terrible.
So you're asking that guy. So basically, hey, put your cape on. I'll tell you why I think he won it, because he didn't do anything to lose it.
Yeah, I mean, the Niner game is when he won MVP.
Yeah, and I think he actually, to be fair, I feel like that game could have teeter-tottered him either way, and I think Brock Purdy or CMC could have won it if it went the other way.
I agree.
I think that if one of them was to be like the stud of that game and like destroyed and like won that game, put it on their shoulders, I think you might see a different outcome.
I think Brock Purdy easily wins it if if they win that Ravens game. I think Brock Purdy wins it. When they lost that in such a drastic fashion, I think the only guy who was even close to him was Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Especially when they were at 6-6 and what he did the second half of the year.
Yeah, so I don't want to really get into. I do, but I don't because I'm sure some people will say some dumb shit, but that's what this show is for. So okay, if we're talking MVP, we're talking most valuable player, right?
Yes.
It would be very hard for anyone that's ever watched a game of football to say if you took Josh Allen off this Buffalo Bills team, that they would be literally nowhere near a fucking 500 team.
Okay.
They would nowhere be near a 500 team. And if you look at the stats, technically, right, like when Mahomes won his 2 MVPs or whatever, Rodgers won his 2, like the last 5 guys, for instance, and Lamar, right? So you think about the percentage of their team's offense they accounted for was like mid-70s, right?
Yep.
Some some high 60s. Lamar, the year he won it, was like in the high 50s.
Yep.
Okay? Josh Allen's like 83%. All right? That's a big stat.
It's an insane stat.
It's an insane stat. But he did turn the ball over a lot. I do want to say this, though. Let's talk about the turnovers. I think the turnovers should be put in because we're holding Christ to the fucking crucifix now for turnovers. When guys back in the day were able to just they was being a gunslinger. Now you're calling the guy who can't make decisions.
Yep.
Right? That pisses me off because a lot of the passes, let's see how many of them were tipped. Okay?
Or it's the deep ball we talked about when it's 3rd and 14 and you're throwing a Hail Mary at that point.
It's like, okay, I'd rather have the best player in the league than my punter doing this.
I don't disagree with that.
Me neither. I think that he and everyone who watches football should understand that. Now, like, do I think that Josh Allen should win the MVP this year? No, I don't want to be that fan now.
I agree with you saying how if you take Josh Allen off, that they do not win. They don't beat the Dolphins. They barely beat them. They might sneak into the playoffs somehow. I very much doubt it.
At 6-6,
but
you think?
At that point, I don't think you have anybody else coming back. At 6-6, Josh Allen's the reason you ended up winning the division and making a run. But I truly believe the same thing about Lamar. If you take Lamar Jackson off of that team, and you take anybody besides maybe Mahomes, Josh Allen, and a few handful others, do they win with Mark Andrews being out? Do they win with Zay Flowers as their number 1 and Odell Beckham as their number 2? That Gus Bus isn't that good of a running back, but he is because you gotta. I mean, you don't know if Lamar's going to run it or is he going to hand it off to
Justice
or Justice. It doesn't matter, you always are accounting for Lamar Jackson. That is why I truly believe. And I mean, you look at the record, you look what they did. That's why he's going to win.
Yeah, okay, I can agree. I think you take. If the Bills are 7-5 and not 6-6, I think Josh Allen could win that game. Could win that.
I agree.
That's one. He's like one game away. One game in the first 12 games.
Yep.
A better game away from winning the MVP again.
I agree.
Which is unfortunate. It seems to be that way for us every year. I can go to sleep at night saying this. You know, the kids in my eyes still.
I mean, he's still Josh Allen. He's still what you want him to be. I mean.
He's what he is. He's a franchise quarterback. You're developing a team around him. Whatever. I don't want to make this up. That's why when I get talking about it.
It's all right. It's
but
Josh, it's your guy.
I just think he gets so much slack for the shit. Like, for instance, like think about like that Super Bowl, like when it was the Colts versus the Saints, right? And Peyton Manning's down single possession, right?
Yeah.
He's going down. He's only down, not even a touchdown. I think it was a 4-point game at that time. Fucking throws a terrible interception to Porter, return for a touchdown. Yep. Game is out of reach because of that interception.
Absolutely.
We have never talked about that when we talk about Peyton Manning anymore. So, I mean, really, the only thing you talk about Peyton Manning is, yeah, he was great, just not as good as Tom Brady. And that's what's going to be about Josh Allen. People are going to say that. Until he can beat Patrick Mahomes, it's that. And even when he does beat Patrick Mahomes, he's not going to be able to beat him as many times, in my opinion. It's just, it's going to be really hard to catch up to to the stigma that they have surrounding that whole entire relationship. Like the Brady Manning. The only reason why Manning is relevant in that Brady Manning talk is because he was just the second best guy in the league.
Agreed.
That's just what it is, and that's really what it is with Josh. People can say what they want. Both Joe Burrow, Bubba. There's no way I'm taking Joe Burrow over Josh Allen. He's a fucking injury-prone fucking.
He is injury-prone, but man, he's good.
He's great. He's great. But I still say if you look at Josh, for me, I want consistency. I want a cat that's gonna. He's just gonna be that guy. I'm gonna say I would pick him before I pick Joe Burrow to start his franchise.
What I was saying the other day. Sorry, everybody. I'm really having a hard time seeing your comments. I'm trying to see them, but what I was saying the other day is so Brock Purdy's labeled as he's kind of just labeled as the game manager, okay? But because he throws to Debo, Ayuk, he has CMC and Kittle. Why is Joe Burrow's praised for throwing to T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon? Like, why does he get praised? He is good. Like, I think he's good, but because he's a first rounder. Brock Purdy so far in the end that he gets labeled the game manager.
Did you see what I just sent you before I got here?
I didn't. I couldn't get the attachment.
So it said, okay, so Patrick Mahomes, right, and Brock Purdy. And so what they're going to get paid per this, right? So
yeah,
Brock Purdy's getting paid like $50,000 a game, give or take, right?
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes getting paid more than that for per pass attempt.
That's insane.
Right? Which is just a crazy thing. So that right there is why everyone is shitting on Brock Purdy. He's a Mr. Irrelevant. Even that's what they say, right?
Yeah.
And that is why people are having a hard time giving him props. For instance, let's talk about this. Everyone's like, oh, he's got Ayuk and Debo and this and that. Put Debo Samuel on a different scenario, in a different team.
Will he be Debo?
No, he won't. Without Shanahan's design, Shanahan designed the offense. Ayuk, he's a great player, great route runner.
Yeah.
Right? Does he fit every scheme? Would he be that good? Who knows? It's all about the guy that's delivered. He's the point guard of the team. Brock Purdy is playing point guard, good enough to be a starting point guard on a championship team this year.
Absolutely.
And that's all you can say. Do I think if he was off the team, would they be where they are? No.
So
they wouldn't be.
The thing about Brock Purdy is he fits Shanahan's system perfectly. You know, so
because he also he brings that running
perfectly too. Yeah.
He gets that little scramble in him. That's what really
that helps.
That helps huge.
But the thing is, he doesn't try to do too much, and he doesn't need to. When he wants to, he can. He throws downfield continuously.
Dude, he
had the most yards per attempt constantly, man. But everybody tries to compare this team to the 19 team when we had Jimmy Garoppolo. And, dude, we averaged 18 points a game. Jimmy G was a game manager.
Jimmy G's a game manager.
Our defense win the game for us. Brock Purdy's averaging almost 30 points a fucking game, dude. We're averaging more the first 14 games of the season, you know? Totally different players. Also, Stephen Beefy said, fuck Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. he's
bang, bang, winners.
He's all right. I like Beefy. Long time associate, friend. It's hard to call him a friend if he's being a Dolphins fan. But I do like him. I do like him though. He's a good Dolphins fan to have around. He keeps it interesting,
Yep.
Need guys like that. But back to Purdy and stuff like that, right? So and without CMC, right? If you didn't have a guy like CMC that can carry the rock 25, 30 times, if you want him to.
Yes.
Right? And getting onto that, we'll get onto that topic too about him over Tyreek.
Right?
Yeah. That'll be nice, yeah. Either way, the thing about CMC is he is a legit guy that can handle the rock 25 times a game. Game in, game out, put the team on his shoulders, take him down the field. Having a guy like that behind you makes a big difference. And it's like Brock Purdy, he never denies that. He's just like, yeah, I'm in the middle of it, and I'm just fucking making the right decision. Because you could do it the wrong way, too. Yep. For instance, if you had Sam Darnold there instead, I don't think you're playing this game right now.
Yep.
I don't think you're beating Detroit after you get down there. You go
down that. We're not beating Green Bay.
No.
We're not beating
You're not getting out of that hole.
No way.
Without Brock Purdy. If you have Sam Darnold starting, who was a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, third, I think.
Third overall. He got picked over Josh.
Yeah.
He was behind Baker and who.
Oh, you know whose job he took? The guy who's talking shit about Brock Purdy. He took fucking Cam Newton's
I know.
job.
That was.
Don't you love it?
That was so funny. I seen that. I was like, oh, that's full circle shit.
Well, he's sitting behind him now.
Crazy.
But all right, so I guess we're in agreement. Lamar, right?
That went off in a crazy rabbit.
I know, we just went off.
Lamar for MVP, sure.
All right, now we'll go to Offensive Player of the Year then. We got Tyreek Hill, Lamar. I'm pushing him out of there. Dak Prescott got another LOL because I don't even know why he's on there. CeeDee Lamb's up there as well. CeeDee Lamb had a much better year than I thought with 135 receptions, 1,749 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Granted, he was still less in yards than Tyreek, but I was blown away by those stats, honestly.
I thought CeeDee Lamb way overperformed this year.
So do I. I thought he had a great year. I didn't know he had 135 catches.
To be honest, I think he worked his way into a top 5 receiver in the league right now.
Oh,
after
yeah.
Last year.
Oh, yeah, what he did,
But
sure.
but before this year, I wouldn't even have put him in the top 10.
Nope, I agree. No, I agree. I thought he was too small.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was fast enough. Well, I mean, he was quick.
And he's got
good
Dak
hands,
throwing the
but-
ball.
Yeah, no, and Dak throwing the ball. That really changes everything. Dak sucks.
What? So who is there any other candidates for that award?
So, yeah, so obviously, I mean, is there, to me, it's
Wh-
between Tyreek Hill and CMC.
Right.
And then you got Lamar, CD, and Dak. But
Right.
to me, you only have 2 guys, and it's Tyreek Hill and CMC, because I think CMC is going to run away with this one, but I think if Tyreek Hill wasn't hurt, I think he would have really gave up a good fight for this one. Because
I don't think okay. I agree with you. That injury, you could see a huge slowdown. in his
yeah,
game
and then he
after
missed a game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he still had 1,800 yards with 119 receptions. But if you take one guy away from the team, more important, between the two of them, obviously I got CMC's jersey on. He's one of my favorites. But if you take the more important person away from that team, it's Tyreek Hill. Because when CMC hurt his leg a little bit against Washington, Elijah Mitchell came in for a half and still did 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can punch somebody in. When it goes down to just Jalen Waddle in Miami, that's a totally different team.
See, I usually don't do this, but
Okay.
I'm gonna disagree.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna disagree. Hear me. The reason why I say that is that everything you said is true, but when I would think that McCaffrey's more important because he's more dynamic of a
For
player.
sure, I agree.
That's why I think I understand what
So
you
I
mean.
guess what you're on Offensive Player of the Year. I guess he should be the winner of this one. I guess I'm looking at it more like an MVP type,
Yeah,
where if
right.
you take a player away,
Right,
then,
but it does play into it because if you think about it, Offensive Player of the Year really is like MVP number 2.
I mean CMC did.
Dude,
What was it? I mean, he did
What's that?
2023.
What's that phrase
2000.
now? There's death, taxes, and
Death
CMC
taxes,
scoring a touchdown.
exactly. I mean, he
he's
did
scoring touchdown machine. That would make him the offensive player
18
of the year.
touchdowns and over 2,000 combined yards. Yeah,
I mean-
I think he easily gets it. But
I-
I
but
think
I-
Tyreek Hill put up a fight, and if he plays those, because he got hurt in the first quarter in one game, he sat out another one, and he played kind of injured another time.
And he's got a fucking douchebag thumb.
I mean, yeah,
He's a
I mean,
douche
come on, dude.
nozzle.
He's terrible.
Fuck you, Beefy.
Yeah,
And
Beefy. I
Tua.
mean, I don't see Beefy anymore talking shit because them Dolphins are just garbage. Tua, man, I stuck up for him, but after that shit.
I don't know, man. He's something else, man. He's from Hawaii, so whatever.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You know.
So I guess we're in agreement that's CMC's, right?
Oh, I think he runs away with it.
I do too. I think that's
And he deserves it.
Yeah, he does.
To be honest, first guy long time that I thought could have crossed over to the MVP talk.
Besides Adrian Peterson.
AP 12,
Yeah.
2012 I think it was.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a long time.
It's been a real long time, and I think we need some.
We need running backs like that more and more. Bring back that style of football.
Yeah.
I like running backs. Think about it. Even though CMC's like a Marshall Faulk on steroids, right?
Agreed.
He's a dual threat back. He can hurt you in either style game. He doesn't care about between the tackles. He likes physicality.
Yep.
He's a real running back. They don't have more than 6 in the league anymore.
Yep.
Real running backs, guys that you don't need a committee by running back because, hey, I'll take the ball 25 times, and if I don't get it, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off about it. And I'll also catch 8 passes a game as well.
Yep.
Just give me the rock. That's why I think he's more important, and he should deserve that because he's doing a lot of the dirty work. Tyreek's doing a lot of screen work where he's got everyone out in front of him. He's dancing around. CMC's making everything happen. Sure, he's got a Bob. He's got the best blocking tight end.
He's got.
But he runs a lot of counter too. He goes.
Yep.
He goes all behind his other guys too. Not just Trent, and not just George Kittle. CMC is legit, man.
CMC is 100%, and like I said, I agree.
I know, but you're fine. You're not understanding. You're trying to be biased.
I'm
biased. You know.
I'm also trying to see the Tyreek thing because I looked at when Tyreek Hill was out and Tua just looked.
Oh, he looked lost. He looked
Yeah.
lost. Even when Tyreek was there, and like you could see if he didn't have full arsenal available, he was
lost.
He was lost.
He was lost. So, all right, we're in agreement with that one. Let's move on to Defense Player of the Year. Now, this one.
This is a little sketchy.
This is sketchy because you got Bland, Cowboys corner, 9 interceptions, but I mean, and that's impressive. 9 interceptions, fucking great.
It's great.
But these other 4, man, you got Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, and T.J. Watt.
So like here's this, right? This is how I look at it. This with Bland. If Diggs don't go down, Bland probably gets 4 picks.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, most likely.
You know, you can't say that, but I'm just saying he played a great. I mean, all the pick sixes. He scored more touchdowns than I forgot. I see the stat like a lot of these all-star, offensive threats. He's got more touchdowns than they did this year.
I know.
But at the same time, I feel like he's not a. Did he change some games this year? Absolutely. But is he a game changer? No.
Yeah.
He's got to do it again. He's got to do another year.
I agree.
I got to see it again. Because that's always happens with these corners like this.
I agree.
They come out one year, no one knows who the fuck they are. He had a decent year last year.
Look, first team All-Pro. I mean, that says a lot, dude. 9 picks is a ton, but these other guys, dude. Max Crosby, 14.5 sacks, 55 solo tackles. Myles Garrett's 14 sacks, 33 solo. Micah Parsons, 14 sacks, 36 total. T.J. Watt, again, 19 sacks, 48 solos. Dude, I got to give it to T.J. Watt. Max Crosby, I wanted him to get it, but T.J. Watt with 19 sacks again.
See?
So, the difference, though, is T.J. Watt's on a good defense. Max Crosby is that fucking defense, man. So
that's how I look at it.
So, I think that could go either way, and I very much think Max Crosby is very much deserving of this.
I agree too. I think I liked Myles Garrett a few weeks back when the Browns were.
Me too.
They were doing their thing. He was playing really good football, but whether or not the awards are picked before the playoffs start or not, that could be we could discuss that too. But I feel like Myles Garrett had a terrible game in that playoff game. He was like not even there.
That's where I put Micah Parsons too. I know we say we shouldn't, but big games, dude. He's.
What I said, I don't. I think Micah Parsons lost. He lost that race. A few weeks before the playoffs started, he's been like on a milk carton. He's gone.
I agree.
We haven't seen a sighting of him in a few weeks, and I really thought he started off really strong this year. T.J. Watt, he's just so consistent. He's so goddamn good. He does have a nice. D line with he does have some good players on that Steelers defense. Joey Porter Jr. came up big this year.
Wow,
what a great rookie year he had.
You are not kidding.
He looks awesome.
Yep.
It's tough, dude. I'd like to see TJ. I'd like to see if I had to pick one that I want to see win, it would be TJ Watt. I like his style. I like how.
See, I like Max Crosby. I would love to see.
I
TJ, obviously, I think TJ is going to win it, but man, I like Max Crosby a lot.
Yeah, I do love Max Crosby. He's awesome. I love the way he plays. I just don't think he's. I think he's that good. I just don't think he's TJ Watt good yet. I think another year or two you'll see him winning these defensive players.
I think he will be, and I think Aiden Hutchinson will be.
He'll be up there too. They'll be fighting versus each other. I see him do a jersey swap or whatever. They did something where they were talking about each other, and it's pretty cool to see the guys similar positions rooting each other on, and they do a jersey swap. I like Kittle and Kelsey.
Oh yeah, them dudes, man. I watched them the other day. Those two love each other.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Them dudes love each other.
Love shit, so.
So what do we think? We think of T.J. Watt?
I think he's gonna win it, but
Me too.
I said, I kind of think he deserves it. I think if he didn't get injured, he definitely would have won it 100%. Like we wouldn't be talking about it. So.
But he is another injury prone too.
He's injured,
dude. But he's still 19 sacks, always being hurt.
He's fucking nasty. He's a machine,
nasty.
dude. He's a machine.
All right, so we'll move on to Offensive Rookie of the Year. You got Gibbs, Laporta, Nakua. I think they just had to put Bijan up there just because of Bijan.
Because everyone has such hype.
They need another one. Yeah, this dude was supposed to be the greatest thing coming out, and he just...
could you blame it on the coaching? I don't know.
It could be.
Next year we'll see.
And we also got C.J. Stroud. To me, this one's not even close to C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Nakua, 105 receptions, 1,400 yards is...
It's great.
But C.J. Stroud with 4,100 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 64% pass.
C.J. Stroud's coming in as an Ohio State quarterback.
Yep.
He's coming into the Houston Texans under a rookie coach.
Yep.
Brand new system. Just got put together. And comes out.
Rookie Nico Collins.
He got overlooked by the Panthers.
Dell, yeah.
I mean, talk about who had the best draft this year.
Whew.
Texans drafted crazy.
Sure, man.
Crazy. I'm envious of that draft class, man.
I mean, I would have liked to see Laporta do a little bit more to say him more, but C.J. Stroud is. I don't even think this one's close.
No,
I think it's definitely C.J. Stroud. I think that one's easy.
Yeah, Stroud wins that, no, hands down.
Defense Rookie of the Year, we got Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, Joey Porter, Turner, and Devin Witherspoon. Now, I'm a corner guy. I love corners. I want to say it's going to be Witherspoon or Porter because I thought Porter played phenomenal.
Yeah, he was lights out, man.
But I think it's going to Jalen Carter. He stepped in real well
Jalen
for Hargrave.
I mean, I do think he came in good. He's got like a good story coming back from that crazy shit that happened to him. You know, dropped his draft stock down like that.
Yep.
The Eagles stole that kid. He's a genetic freak, dude. Yep. You know.
I think that's who's going to win it. I think I saw something earlier saying Will Anderson. I mean,
I think Will Anderson should be. I think Will Anderson should be talked about too. Will Anderson.
Agreed.
He was. I thought the pressure. He had a lot of pressures this year. He was all over the field on defense. He was really part of the complementary football over there in Houston. You know, he's keeping everyone at bay. So that's kind of the one where I'm really undecided on. I don't really know.
I don't either.
There's not a clear cut winner in that for me.
Because I mean, none of them really had like blow away stats.
Yeah, right.
But they were all really good.
They were all good.
They were good rookies. So I don't really know. I mean, I'm gonna say it's gonna go to Jalen Carter just because.
Sure.
I thought he filled in very well for Hargrave when he left. Came in. I mean.
I like Will Anderson because I think the NFL likes that narrative. Like they like pushing that. They're pretty much giving the GM a blowjob.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Like they did for the Jets last year.
So this one I hate. But comeback player of the year. So what is it technically comeback player? Come back from a bad year.
So if Damar Hamlin if he converted on that fourth down punt from Sean McDermott, do you think he wins it?
I mean, I think he does it no matter what.
I think that's what they said. They go. It was like they show. What do they call that show? Where they're in the guy's ears. And they're like, "Hey, give the ball to the guy that has played like 6 snaps, right? And because if he gets this first down, he's gonna get the first down. He's gonna get the fucking comeback player of the year." It was like, I don't think Damar Hamlin should be even in the fucking top.
I agree.
He's not even a player. He
barely saw any field time.
He didn't even see field time the year before. He just had that terrible incident where
he was literally only on the team because of what happened to him. There's just no way.
There's no way around it.
Cut, man.
He would have been cut. He would have been cut, and he shouldn't. I think if I personally want to see Mayfield win.
Me too, dude. 4,000 yards, 4,000 passing yards.
Yeah.
I personally, that's who I want to see win.
I think if Joe Flacco wins it, it's bullshit. He played like fucking a third of the season.
He played 5
Not
games.
even a third.
And he had 1,600 yards. Yeah, he stepped in
he
very well for a good
interceptions too.
Team. Yeah.
Come on, dude. Look at if you talk about like
you're right.
How many interceptions?
Touchdowns. Yeah.
Come on, dude. Like if you talk about some of the other quarterbacks about the mistakes they make, that's pretty serious mistakes right there, dude. So
the amount of interceptions he threw.
Yeah, comparatively speaking to how many
for 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions is bad. Especially only 1,600 yards. He had 2 big games, 1 bad game. Big games.
To me, there's no doubt about it. Baker Mayfield should win that.
I agree. 4,000 yards is a fucking lot of yards, man.
Especially. I mean, Tampa. They are. I feel like they're on the downhill of like they had a great offense. I think they're all like the receivers are all kind of like I don't know if I really am doing it anymore except for Evans. He's consistent,
and they're getting older.
Yeah, dude, they're definitely not getting younger. And I think that Baker did the best he could possibly do with what he had around him.
Agreed. I agree.
And Todd Bowles, your coach, he's a defensive minded guy. I mean, come on.
I know. And Chris Godwin didn't. I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure both of them still had 1,000 yards, and I don't think Chris Godwin was that good this year.
Dude, I don't even think I've really heard anything about him.
Yeah, I think he fell off this year badly, but Baker still found ways to win.
Yeah.
Got to the playoffs, played well in the playoffs, 4,000 yards again, man.
He's something else, man. I give him props. I like to see him. I'm a Baker fan. I always root for Baker. So.
I agree. I want Baker. I don't know why I like Baker Mayfield.
He just got it, you know.
Just want Baker to be good. So.
Yeah, he does. He's just like a guy that's easy to root for, you know.
Yep.
He's not perfect. He's screwed up. You know, I think that's why he's easier to root for. You know,
I like
he's more easy to identify with. So.
Yep. All right, so we'll say Baker, then we'll go Coach of the Year. Now this one's tough. They got Harbaugh and Shanahan. Those two have good fucking teams. I don't think you should be up there if you have a team like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, those guys should win. They should do what they did.
But should they be given credit for putting together the team?
Okay, you're right. Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, it's not always a GM call. You know?
I agree.
I mean, that's why they're the head coach.
I agree. And I mean, you still have to be able to fucking win with the guys you have and be able to.
Deal injuries.
People with big heads like that, you got to be able to fucking
deal
control them.
Yeah.
And they do.
So yeah, exactly. I mean.
But I still think it's up to the three is going to be D'Amico,
Stefanski,
Kevin Stefanski, and Campbell. Now, Campbell, I love Campbell.
This is where we find out, are these awards won before or after the playoffs?
That's a good point.
I think that Campbell call, he's gone. He's gone because of that.
That was stupid.
And Stefanski, he had 4 starting quarterbacks.
Yep.
Ended up having Flacco as a quarterback going
into. But to go from a 7-10 team to 11-6, I think that's a big fucking deal. But D'Amico Ryans went from 3-13 to fucking 10-7.
And had an offensive and defensive rookie of the year.
Oh my god, man!
Possibly.
Yeah.
I think he wins it hands down.
I think D'Amico gets it.
I don't think he did anything bad enough in that playoff game to lose him. And if it is not. Because it's to me, it's like, well, if it's not picked yet, then I think if enough media is like, hey, Dan Campbell's a retard. Dan Campbell made the stupidest fucking...
That was the dumbest shit
ever. If they say it enough, it's got to influence the voters.
I think so.
The decision, at least,
I think it goes... I'm still big on the Kevin Stefanski thing because of the 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah, man.
You take 4 quarterbacks with a bad Browns team. Everybody knows it's the fucking Browns. The Browns suck. The Browns always suck. But he still ended up fucking winning with them. So now I look at it like, but Stefanski does deserve to be there in the hardest division too. Let's not forget.
Yeah,
that's 11-6 with every team fucking had a winning record.
They were all pretty much in the playoff hunt down to the very last second.
And if Joe Burrow's there, it's going to be a little tougher, but I still think...
Yeah, exactly.
I still think D'Amico Ryans gets this one because...
Yeah, me too.
I mean, he deserves it with how many young people he had.
And good for him, man. Good for him.
Yeah.
Another defensive coach, which is nice to see him actually having some success,
Yep.
So,
defensive is...
It's kind of like on the way out, man.
It is, and it should be. I think it should be. I think
it needs
to be out. Obviously, we all know I'm a big offensive-minded guy. I want my coach worrying about my team, not the other team. That's why I'm huge.
No, I like that. I'm
always a big offensive guy. He needs to be.
I'm like I gotta get away from it, man. That the old school football. I mean, you can still have some old school influence in there with like a nice tough running game.
Yeah,
it's good to have a good tough defense, but you gotta have an offensive-minded coach with a good defense. I think
with a good
offensive-minded coach with a good defense, an offensive-minded coach with a good defense is gonna beat a defensive-minded coach
every time.
I think, man. I think at this point, it's just too much. There's so much window dressing. There's so much smoke and mirrors before the play. It's just hard. You got the offense is what's really controlling the game, dude. And
yep, for sure.
That's who's making the money right now.
Yep.
So, all right. So now
that's it for that. I mean, we can move on to the big game now.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you thinking?
2.5-point favorites right now. You are.
We are 2.5-point favorites. Over under is 37.5.
You guys are a lot closer home field advantage.
Oh my God! Did you watch NFL Network the other night when they had opening ceremonies?
I watched some of it.
Booing the shit. It's full of Niners.
Yeah.
Full of 49er fans. So I think this is really going to help us. I think we're going to be very loud, and I think it's going to be rocking for 49ers. I think there's going to be a fucking sea of red and gold.
So what I think is going to happen is I know this. So the Chiefs, their main focal point last week, right, was Travis Kelce.
Yes.
Travis Kelce, right? Which was really weird because the Ravens have awesome linebackers.
For sure.
But they have awesome linebackers in the run game.
Yep.
Where the Niners have they have one of each.
Yes.
But they both can complement.
Yes.
But Fred Warner is the only linebacker in the league that I personally think is going to be able to hang with a Travis Kelce.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, the way Travis Kelce's playing, I think our number one thing is to have Fred Warner be able to keep up all day. Just keep up with... I know... So Steve Wilkes is what... He kills me because he just loves zone. And we're not getting to the quarterback pressure. We don't pressure him enough lately to play as much zone. That's why, man, I would love to see him try man. Because if we can keep Fred Warner on Kelsey and Shavarius Ward on Rasheed, I think we got a good chance of winning. Like, easily winning
this game. I think if you can, because basically, then what are you going to put the game in fucking MVS's hands?
Right? I mean, he barely fucking caught the ball against you guys.
Here's the thing. Yeah, of course, he picked that game.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy yesterday about that. Like, the one game he makes a fucking catch has to be that game.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking cocksucker. I can't stand them fucking clowns. Either way, I hope you guys beat them by fucking 20 fucking points, man.
They need to come out as a heavy run. I want CMC to touch about 35.
That's what I said. So, if he don't, I don't know if you're gonna win the game.
Chiefs for 25th in run this year during a regular season, So we need to run and run and run. And then the reason the Niners are so good at passing is because we set up play action.
Yeah.
If you fucking give CMC the ball, if he's 4 yards, 6 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. You keep letting him churn and churn and churn. Then you fucking play action.
A lot of you see, and the thing about it is, you guys have the ability to do a lot of good short game off the play action, but you also got a deep threat with Ayuk off the play action too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's fast enough where that as soon as Purdy fakes the ball, Ayuk he's like that catch he made versus the Lions was just fucking crazy. The amount of concentration that catch and that big of a. If you miss that catch, you miss that catch, you're not a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a game-changing catch, I think. But
no, you're right on that. I agree.
I think that was so huge. That was just crazy that he caught that. But I think that the play action for the Niners, I think Shanahan's going to play. He's going to just pound the rock if he's smart. He's going to pound the rock. He's going to get everyone that he can involved on this run game. You're going to follow your strength. You got the best blocking tight end in the league. You got the best left tackle, probably all time.
For sure.
You got amazing fullback. What more do you need to say? Run the fucking ball, Shanahan.
Run and to the left. Every single fucking
ball,
man.
And then guess what?
To the left.
Once you're pounding 6, 8, 7, 6, guess what they're going to start doing? They're going to get tired.
Exactly.
Guess what they don't have? Depth.
No.
That's why you pound the rock on a team that's got no depth.
And then you start hitting play action.
And then the game clock's just dwindling.
Oh my God.
Dwindling. All of a sudden, before you know it, it's the second quarter. There's 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Scores 10-0. Fucking San Francisco.
Their defense is tired.
And they're tired.
And they don't want to get hit.
And then they go to the locker room and he's like, fuck.
Oh yeah,
fuck, man. Dude, because he's not playing with the lead. He's a little cunt. You know what I'm saying?
What we got to worry about is, if we're winning, what does Shanahan do? Does he start fucking running the ball more? Because he should. He needs to.
I think Shanahan has kind of dropped the ball in the run game.
I do too.
Often.
Look how many times he's fucked up in the Super Bowl, just with the Falcons and with the Niners, and then the NFC Championship game with the Niners. Like, how many? He needed a new knee on the Butler. We do.
We'll leave it at that.
So, yeah. I don't even know where it's at. Yes, we need to. If we're up, especially if we're up by 10, we need to run and run and run and run again. And don't let your ego get in the way.
I think another thing is, like, on the reverse side of that, where as far as Kittle's concerned, I think Kittle could be a huge threat for you guys. Because I think Kittle either is going to be huge in the run game, obviously.
Yes.
But he's also going to be very vital to get the ball across the middle, control it. He's going to be there in case they do get to Purdy. I think look for Purdy to look for Kittle a lot. He's like a perfect safety blanket for him. He knows where to go. He's tough.
Kittle's going to be fucking fired up.
Oh, dude.
Especially after that last Super Bowl, they got him mic'd up. I will be back.
I'm putting money on this. I think Kittle's almost a surefire bet for an anytime touchdown score in this game.
I think
really
you're right.
Think so.
I think his over-under on yards wasn't much, too. 49.5. I see him going way over that.
I think you could see a 49.5 in the, I think he
first half.
Like a big chunk play.
It's gonna be a play action.
Like a 38-yard pass.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I can see that happening.
It's gonna. I can see that happening with him. I think that needs to happen. Shanahan needs to come out strong, quick.
But if he comes out, if the first play they throw is a screen pass to Deebo Samuel, I'm gonna fucking snap, dude. I'm gonna fucking snap because I'm telling you, that's what Spagnuolo wants him to do.
Yes.
He wants a screen game.
I know.
Spags loves that.
Spagnuolo's a great.
He's a
coach.
fucking tough guy. If I was Shanahan, I don't know if I'd be more worried about coaching Andy Reid or against Spags.
It's Spagnuolo. To me, it's Spagnuolo. I love Andy Reid. He's a great
he's
coach.
great.
He deserves everything he's done. But Spagnuolo is just a beast.
Give Spags his credit, man. He's the best defensive coordinator in the league.
Yeah.
At least this year he was.
What he did to you guys in the fourth quarter changed the game. But he couldn't stop. He couldn't stop. He finally, four quarters, just like a switch went off.
He went like this to Harbaugh. He's like,
yeah.
Run the ball six times to the running backs. And Harbaugh's like, all right, bro, let's go.
You let the league in running. Yeah. We're not going to run against you.
What?
Spagnuolo's like,
that's what he does, dude. That's what he does. He's the guru of making you play the game you can't win with.
Yeah.
And then just fucking beats your shit in with it. And then, not to mention, I think
scary
is Snead. Snead is scary.
But
the only thing you guys got is you got physical receivers. That's the only good thing you got. We have no physical, especially Gabe Davis is out that game, right? We only had Diggs and Shakir. They're like this fucking big.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Snead's like, oh my god, this little bitch, you know?
I agree.
He's throwing him around.
Physical.
You're not doing that to Debo.
I was just about to say, you're going to put Debo up against him. That's going to be fun.
I bet
those two are going to be They're going to be going at each other all game long.
That's a matchup I want to see.
McDuffie's a good corner on the other side.
He is good.
He'll be able to try to keep
He's all-pro this year.
Yeah. I mean, McDuffie's good. Then Justin Reed at safety. Like,
Spags' defense is wild.
What the difference between... Everybody wants to keep comparing the Niners and the Chiefs from 2020 to 2024 Super Bowl. It's like the teams completely
flip-flop.
Yeah. Because back in 2020, we had Sherman, Emmanuel Mosley, Jaquiski Tart, and Jimmy Ward. That was a good safety. We still had our linebackers were good and a good D line. But that's what the Chiefs are right now. You know, that's literally what the Chiefs are right now. But we got the offense the Chiefs had.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. I think if you guys play the game, I think it's the 49ers game to lose.
I do too, but I mean, I don't know if you're watching everybody. Nobody's picking them. Everybody I'm seeing is picking the Chiefs.
So, okay, I got this little rule where I'm like, you can't.
I know. I don't really.
You don't want to bet. You don't want to bet money. No, not that. I'm saying you don't want to bet money on against playoff Pat, right? I honestly am going to say this on live. Whatever we are, I'm picking the Niners, man. I'm picking them across the board. I think it's going to be under. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, dude.
I like what Bobby Whalen just said. Only way Niners win is if they actually get to Mahomes. I agree, and we got to hit him, and we got to hit him hard, and you got to continually fucking hit him, and then you got to hit him fucking 10 more times. And then when he gets up and he starts his fucking temper tantrum to the fucking ref, you hit him again next time, man.
Dude.
That's what I would like to see, man. I would really like Steve Wilkes to blitz more. Like
I just like to see Dre Greenlaw get his hands on Mahomes.
Oh my God, Dre Greenlaw.
One shot, dude. Just put him in because that'll change the way that little motherfucker runs around.
Yes.
He's not gonna be frolicking around like a little fucking pansy.
The only thing that scares me is Travis Kelce gets under people's skins and Dre Greenlaw, motherfucker. He's gonna I think he will let Travis Kelce get under his skin.
Get Dre Greenlaw on some fucking yoga or something like that. We don't need another.
Fred Warner's gonna have to grab him and be like, calm the fuck down.
He's a good Zen to him, though.
I know.
Right?
But that's the only thing that scares me is Travis Kelce's going to get way under fucking Dre Greenlaw.
Because
he'll start punching, man. He doesn't stop, man.
He's good at what he does.
Man. He is, but he's an angry guy. Man.
Well, and Kelce's good at what he does. He's a good antagonizer. You see him versus the Ravens. He had the Ravens ready to fucking kill him.
Yep.
You know, the whole game. I think another sweet matchup is going to be, for me, is when they line Chris Jones up on the outside.
I know.
And we're going to see Jones versus Trent Williams.
But you think I think they're going to be putting Jones on the other side a lot more.
Well, of course.
But
I just want to see it.
Oh, I agree.
I just want to see it. They got to do at least. We got to see it. It's like Godzilla versus King Kong with football pads on.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So
that'll be it.
And even Chris Jones, I seen an interview today. He was like, "Yeah, Trent Williams, he's fucking scary. He's violent." He's like, honestly, I'm a little nervous to go against him. He's just being real.
I love Chris Jones.
Me too.
I know. He said that.
He's a game changer.
I agree with him, but I mean, it's going to be fun. He'll give Trent a battle.
He will, but he's also doing that. And he's probably trying to play that little
Oh,
psychology, you know?
Oh, for sure. But I don't see him going up against Trent very often. But I mean,
why would you, right? If you're smart, you want the mismatch, right?
I think I saw it. Our other side, our right side of the lineman. I think he was pressured more between our right side of the line than any other NFL team.
Because they're stay away from Trent.
Our right side is just not that good.
Yeah.
Our right side is not that good. I mean, our left side is good. We got Banks and Williams over there, but the right side is just. Why do you think we run to the left all the time?
Sure.
And I mean, again, it goes back to me. If I'm Shanahan, I'm putting every fucking person over there. I got fucking Trent Williams, Kyle Juszczyk, Kittle, all there, right for fucking CMC. Just run.
Maybe
just
even run Debo in fucking motion.
Exactly.
Too.
I don't care. Put him in motion. And then after he ran 4 times in a row, fucking play action. And then you run him 5 more fucking times, man. I'd try to keep the ball out of Mahomes' hand as long as he can. And like Bobby just said, every time Mahomes is in there, you fucking hit that motherfucker. Every single fucking time.
Yeah.
Every time. Hit him and hit him hard again.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Definitely.
So you're liking the under, you said, though? 47.5?
I definitely like the under, man. I do. The Chiefs have been, they've been playing tough D. I think they're going to continue. I think that's
the
one
defense is good.
They're good, man. They don't let a lot of points up, especially in the second half. They
Yep.
play really tough in the second half, which that's good. That's kind of what wins big games. So let's just hope that you guys can get through that armor that everyone's got building up for them. It's a lot of hype this week around these Chiefs because they've been beating everybody and they're back. And they peaked at the right time this year.
They did. They peaked at the right time.
I did say that. I'm like, the Bills, they're peaking at the right time. They peaked like 2 games too early. And that's how I look at it. The Chiefs, they peaked perfectly. They're like, all right, we'll take the 3 spot. Well, we're going to go on a 2-game road ass whooping. We're going to beat the 2 hottest teams in the AFC.
Yep.
Come on.
And they did.
They got it going on right now, in Kansas City.
My buddy Lockwood's a Swiftie. He said he's going Chiefs.
Yeah.
Get away from them Swifties.
Yeah. It's one of those games where you really can't have a wrong answer.
I don't think there's gonna be, man. The Niners haven't played great. They have to play better, and they have to come.
I think
strong.
it's the game that they're gonna. I think if Shanahan hasn't heard it enough, run the fucking ball, asshole.
I hope he had. I would like to see like a 35-21 game.
Sure.
Because then I get a nice fucking $15,000 payout for my $1,000 square.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a blowout. Obviously, nobody else wants to see that besides Niner fans or Chiefs fans. I want to see a fucking blowout.
I wouldn't want to see it either.
I know. Yeah. You as a fan of football want to see a good game.
Yeah.
Me, I want to see a fucking blowout. I want to see what the fucking Seahawks did to Peyton Manning years ago in 13 or something, and they just blew him the fuck out. That's what I want so badly.
They put a 50 burger up out of it in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did that? I think you guys did that to
Denver.
Oh,
and
the Bengals.
The Chargers.
Oh, the Chargers game. Stan Humphries.
That's why I want a Super Bowl so fucking bad. That was '94, man. I was in 5th grade.
Yeah, man.
God damn, I need a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a Bills fan. I know. But
yeah, it is what it is.
That long. All right. Let's go over some over unders then. Mahomes over under 262.5.
Under.
Me too. I'm under as well. Purdy, 246.5.
I hope he's under.
I'm also under on that one. CMC, 91.5 rushing.
I like CMC for... Well, I like the over on that.
I'm taking the over as well. I'm definitely doing the over. How do I call in? Next one, hopefully, Bobby, we'll have some call-ins some other time. Pacheco, over under 67.5.
I think he's over.
Me too. That's exactly what I got. Kelsey over on 72.5.
Under.
Me too. Under. Debo over under 58.5. Now this one is what we were saying. Him and Snead are going to be.
It's going to be tough. I think if he breaks off a big one, I think he can get something rolling. But I think if it stays chippy by the line, I think Snead could over. He could.
I think Snead will keep him. I got him under.
Yeah.
I have him as under on
I
that
think
one.
Debo might bust a big run though. I can see a big run bust off.
Could. But this is just passing.
So
right. Ayuk over under 62.5. Now this is the one I took the over on because I'm taking the under on Debo. Somebody's got to get the ball there.
I think that if he's got to be getting the ball, if you know what I mean.
Somebody's got to get it. I mean, I still see Purdy.
What's the number? 62?
62 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ayuk gets a couple chunk plays out of the play action we're talking about.
Yeah. Yep. On the play action, he's always our deep threat. He'll get a 14 here and 18 there.
It adds up quick.
Yeah. I mean, especially with Ayuk. I mean, he gets.
He's
a
a
big
beast.
Play.
Great, like we said before, he was like a top 3 route runner in the league, I think, for sure. So
Yeah, for sure. Rashee Rice is over under 67 and a half.
See, I think he could go over.
So can I, because I mean he's fast as shit.
Because if Warner's locking down Kelsey, he's gonna have to go somewhere else. He's not gonna turn into fucking MVS
No.
And
MVS really doesn't even get open.
And I think Rice is actually the Chiefs' best matchup against you guys.
Yeah.
To be
he's
fair.
fast. So I mean, Shavarius Ward is an All-Pro, but he's a physical All-Pro. He doesn't keep up as well. Like he could play on DK Metcalf one-on-one all day because they're both physical as shit. They're big. But,
And that's why him and Debo probably have a crazy match.
oh, I bet in practice
right.
for sure. But Rashee Rice he's
a
more of a
finesse.
Tyreek, man. He's
a finesse
small.
guy.
He's fast as shit.
Yeah.
Dude, and he's good. Man.
He's
he
good.
came on
He's
at the
good.
end, too.
I like him. He's good. I mean, I don't like him, but I think he's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good, but I think he's gonna get a lot of, I don't want to say garbage yards, but he's gonna get what is allowed. He's gonna get what they give him.
I agree.
They're not gonna give Kelsey that. I don't think if it should be in your game plan to allow Kelsey to get hot at any point in time.
You can't. I mean, that should literally be all fucking every
Warner's
film
doing it.
session is all you need to do is make sure we stop Travis Kelce at all times.
Well,
Travis
man,
Kelce needs to be stopped.
There ain't a better linebacker for the job in the league.
I agree.
So
And he's fast enough. He's strong enough.
agile too.
Yeah, man.
He's great. Warner's a freak.
100%.
He's great. So I'd like to see him shut him the fuck down, man. That'd be
Me
great.
because he's just
Like,
fuck.
then they could sing a fucking song about that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let him go on his new heights and cry. I don't
Yeah.
fucking care. Fuck him. So.
Yeah, fuck him and fuck Pat Mahomes. Hopefully, Pat Mahomes bailed his dad out for the 10K from the DWI.
Third one.
Hey, I can't be
God
talking
damn,
shit,
I
right?
know,
I
but
ain't talking
damn.
shit, man. But come on, bro. Like you gotta fucking change. We gotta change here. Come on.
Yeah, I'm taking Niners. I think it's going to be a little higher, though. I'm thinking actual score 34-27.
Sure.
I do. I just feel like...
Chase Young gonna play?
Dude. If he doesn't, fucking you find out first or second drive and you pull his ass out if he's going to act like he did last week, man. That was brutal. That was brutal, man.
See, that's the thing. I don't get how these guys are so entitled to act like that. Like, you're getting paid all this fucking money, dude.
I love how they actually asked him. He said, yeah, I do need to be... Like, dude, go fucking make a play.
Yeah, man.
It's the fucking playoffs, man. It's a Super Bowl
To
now.
be fair, he did have a couple of decent plays.
I know,
But
I agree.
but it wasn't what you expected from a guy like that.
But there was like a 2-minute clip on Facebook the other day.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, just lazy.
Yeah.
Just lazy.
I mean, come on, they're humans, but I do get it,
They are humans, but I want them to be better, especially when it's my team.
Chase Young's a beast. He just gotta get more serious, man. I think they question his work ethic his whole career so far. So you got a lot of that entitlement going on with these super stud athletes. They don't gotta work as hard as the rest of the guys, but
Yep.
it shows later on or whatever. So hopefully he comes out fucking ready to play, winning a Super Bowl.
God, man, like this is the time to do it. This is the time.
Yeah, man. I think Bosa. I think Bosa's gonna have a game, man. I think he's gonna have a game, dude.
I mean, I really want them to fucking watch the Chiefs holding.
Because he was talking shit.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
Bosa's
calling
funny
him
as
a whiner,
hell.
and it just said it so calmly. He's like, what do you think of him? They hold a lot.
I like how he's always like that. He's like
he was so calm.
man reserved.
Hold
all
a
the time.
lot.
He's got a funny personality for a guy that's that fucking great at what he does.
Yeah.
Shit.
He is
Talk about a kid with a ball. He's got the world by the balls. That kid for sure. Hopefully
many years left for him. Hopefully.
I think if he has a multi-sack game, I think it's a 2-score win for you guys. You guys, like Bobby Whalen said, you keep Mahomes on his toe. That is when you see him kind of come apart, dude, when things aren't going his way.
Yep.
And the way you make things not go his way is you fucking put pressure on him, hands on him. Even if it's a little later than it should, questionable late hits are okay, man. Let him see.
Don't blatantly hurt, but yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah, I mean,
questionable late hits.
Blatantly hurt?
Sure.
No, we don't want to see a blatantly hurt. But if he was to get his helmet knocked off and he was unconscious, I think it's cool.
Shit happens.
Shit happens. This is a contact sport, right?
I don't disagree, man.
Come on. I wish they had a prop bet on that. Over under. What's the odds Mahomes gets knocked out? You know, I would honestly. Patrick Mahomes is so good. That's why I'm hating on him so much. So I feel bad that I'm hating on the guy so bad. He's really not a bad kid, but I do not like the way he acted when things were going. Like he acted like such a little cunt earlier in the year.
I just don't like the way he acts in the middle of fucking games.
Yeah,
sometimes.
and he's like
especially that
throwing like.
they're always pointing flag over there. Oh, shut
dude.
the fuck up, man.
What he does, he looks like a little midget running around. Like he's got his like it's just like the way he runs, he's pointing.
The way he runs,
he frolics around, dude. It's just like I just want to see someone like Dre Greenlaw just
lay him out.
Lay the.
But I mean, he's been doing a lot of running, man. He might get hit pretty.
What's his
fucking
prop
good.
on over under running? That is one that I would take on that.
Check it.
Maybe I bet you it's like 27.
I take the over. I mean, he's gonna run. He's gonna get out of the pocket at some point.
He has a tendency when he does start running, like he gets in these modes, like he has been.
And he runs.
You'll see him break off a 20-yard run. It won't look good. It won't look fun, but he will get to the pylon.
Yes.
He will get where he's got to go get out of bounds.
And he does it in playoffs a lot.
He does it in playoffs because he just takes the ball in his hands. He says, I'm the best player
That's
on the
where
team.
I'm hoping he does that shit. And Fred Warner's right there to fucking just whack him.
Yeah, dude.
Just let Fred just lay him out.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope that next week when we meet, you can be happier than hell.
I hope so. I really don't want to be fucking breaking another phone this week.
Or, like, you got nice TVs and shit.
Yeah, I mean, some might. Nah, I'll be calm this time, I hope.
Are you watching a game with anybody? Or
my buddy Corey and his wife's coming over, and my sister Katie. That's it.
Sure.
I can't do
close to the close.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I can't do. Oh my god, man, I can't.
Yeah.
Can't do it. So.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. Big game on Sunday. So hopefully everyone you satisfied.
I'm satisfied.
Where are we at right now? Do you know how much?
I don't know. I'm assuming we're about 40 time. I would take a guess. I X'd out of it, so I don't know where we're really at right now, but.
Do you
It's
want
58 minutes, so
pretty much perfect, right?
I think we're good. I'm happy with it. You happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy with it, man. Hopefully, you, like I said, Niners get a W. You get another Super Bowl for the trophy case for San Francisco. It's a good organization. You can't hate on the. They got a lot of history, so.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it, man. Hopefully you guys win. I'd rather see my buddy happy, you know.
I fucking hope so.
I'm miserable as a motherfucker.
I know. I can tell, man. You can tell when you can see your couple weeks of how much different you talk. You know?
Yeah, I come in the first week. There's bills, everything. Now I fucking am not. I am wearing though a Brockport Hamlin Jr. Blue Devils hat. We got sign-ups this Saturday from 11 to 3 in Clarkson. Check us out on Facebook. You can figure out exactly where it is. I forgot what it was called. Again, it's all over the place, so you can't miss it. Everyone's sharing it. It's a big thing. Youth football is huge. Come join us. But on behalf of Vulgar Display of Sports, I'm Moose.
I'm TA.
And we're sponsored by
TA Custom Contracting.
And Moose Head Exteriors and Home Improvement. And we'll see you next week.
We just want to thank everybody again. We really appreciate all the everybody watching.